God. Next up, a contestant on season 19 of The Bachelor and currently the SoCo CW star, Jillian Anderson. Is she here, Jillian? Guys, really don't be confused with it. It's with a J, you know, so that's normal. Well, Jillian will be here. Next, an astounding voiceover talent. She's been in Prince Adventures with the likes of Vic Mignogna and Todd Hammercorn from Star Trek Continues, as well as projects such as Midnight Mares and many, many more. Ladies and gents, Rachel Messer. You may hear that B movies, you may hear somebody walk out of a movie and say, well, that's a B movie. You know what? Yeah. Some people like that stuff. Our next guest has directed B-movies such as the 2013 smash release of The Giant Spider. He releases one 1950s-style movie a year. He's hosting 2 panels in the theater it's going to be tomorrow evening at 9:30 and 11:30. Ladies and gents, Christopher Meme. I'd also like to introduce my stuttering Suzanne Lambden, who wrote Star Trek The Next Generation episode Family in Season 4. And get this, don't sit down yet, because this is so iconic here. She also is writing the Zombie Apocalypse series, where a 17-year-old girl will find herself commanding the Freedom Army atop Pikes Peak. Ballin'. Thank you for being here. Ballin'! Ballin' is in the vocabulary and I'm sticking to it. Thank you. Carly Perez was gonna be here hanging out, you know, but Lucha Underground still has to make TV shows, so whatever. We'll get her next time. Thanks, Carly. But seriously, watch Lucha Underground. Our next guest, wow. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in the WWE, 64 weeks. He recently appeared on the Legends of Rock and Roll and Wrestling musical tour and has more stories than the encyclopedia. Ladies and gents, the Honky Tonk Man is here. We're also excited to have the Queen of Cosplay, the co-founder and co-owner of 183 Degree Studios. She is a cosplayer, actress, comic book editor, colorist, and, what was that saying? And damn. Darren Cole is here, everybody. Did I write that right? I did write that right. I love my wife, which is why I can say things like that. I'm sorry, sweetheart. From The Walking Dead, he's played multiple walkers, as well as appearing in movies such as Flight and work on, has anybody heard of The Hunger Games? He worked on Catching Fire Part 2. Ladies and gents, Mike Mundy. He was on all 4 seasons of Star Trek Enterprise, which, as many of you may agree, was way too damn short. Season 4 was awesome. For God's sake. Please get me some season 5 scripts that never shot because I want to read them. Ladies and gents, Anthony Montgomery. Anthony also starred in one of the most ridiculous movies that I've ever seen. I love you, man, for just even letting me say anything about this. It's called Leprechaun in the Hood. Oh, the jacket folks just don't want to see that, man. They really don't, you know. And the reason I like Leprechaun in the Hood so much is because it's the only movie I've ever seen where somebody dies in the first 5 minutes by getting hit in the head with a fro pick. If you have a movie that can beat it, come and get me. I got a prize for you, and I want to see it. Bonus points if you make it yourself. Next, and I would be so remiss if I didn't say this. He's like, yo, dude, you talked about Leprechaun in the freaking Hood, but you didn't talk about my current project. I'm gonna pay for that in drinks later. He is currently on General Hospital. hospital, ladies and gents. Set your DVRs because they make a show a day. So if you miss one, you're screwed. Next up, she joined the cast of Star Trek Deep Space Nine in Season 7 as the astounding Ezri Dax, and was also in all 6 seasons of one of my favorite shows of all time, Stephen King's adapted The Dead Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole DeBoer. I need everybody's help because when I introduce our last guest, I am going to say 1, 2, 3, and y'all say it at the last time because Anthony Montgomery said it as the answer for everything that I've offered. Oh, hey, bud.
Who is he? The last guest. You guys know him. Y'all love him. He was Ensign Harry Kim for a whole bunch of seasons. You're the one, the only, Darren.
Yo, so everybody remember that time I got one-upped on stage by Anthony Montgomery? Yeah, me neither. What's funny though is I got really confused when he walked in the room because at first I thought it was George Takei who came in here.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Oh my. George, it's good to see you.
Well, George, it's also good to see me too.
I guess we're doing a decay off right now.
George, I saw myself walking through the halls earlier today, and I thought, oh my. I'm a good-looking man. Did you think the same thing about me?
Oh my. I'd like to recount a story for these fans. I remember a time when we were filming the original series. Bill, Leonard, and I retreated to my trailer. After 2 bottles of wine, we had a 3-way. No, just kidding.
Do you guys remember that time he was one-upped by Garrett Wang on stage? Me neither.
I'm just being one-up left and right.
I actually have to be honest, I did not come up with that off the bat. That was actually a makeup artist on Voyager that had an awesome George Takei accent, and he started telling that story, which just put everybody in tears about the alleged 3-way with Bill Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and George Takei.
But the funny part about that story